This DIY is inspired by this Princess Polly bodysuit. I first saw it on Marla Catherine and it looked so cute, so I decided to make one for myself. The gathered front part has just the right amount of gathers and poofiness, and the gathers are just at the center and not so much at the sides, which makes it look so flattering. I'm working with a pair of leggings and a top for my white raw material. There is some writing at the front part of my t-shirt, so I'm just going to use the fabric which is plain white. I'm gonna make the Milkmaid gathered front part first because it's the highlight of this top and it is also quite intimidating. The front part would be 9 inches long plus some seam allowance. I measured 9 inches from the bottom and cut a rectangular piece. Then I removed the ugly hemmed part of the t-shirt. Generally, I'm all about preserving the hems because it makes my life so much easier, but this time the hem is just not necessary. Then I folded the rectangular piece in half. I measured 9 inches from the center and cut it at that mark. This would make my rectangular piece be of 18 inches length. Keep in mind that there are going to be gathers, so you want the length to be more than your actual size. Then I measured 6 inches because the length of my underbust to my underarm is 6 inches, and I cut a diagonal line because the top is kind of like a raglan sleeve top. This formed the front gathered piece of my top. Now the leg of the leggings are going to be my sleeves. These leggings are way too long, which allowed me to have 20-inch sleeves. At the 20-inch mark or whatever inch mark, place your bodice front part. Before that, measure the length of your shoulder to your underarm. Mine is 7 inches. So I tilted the front part till the measurement between the corner of the top to the top of the leggings is 7 inches. Then I cut a straight line from the upper corner of the front part to the leg of the leggings, and I cut along the diagonal line of the front part too. This created one sleeve. I created the other sleeve by placing this sleeve over the other leg and cutting along the boundary. Now take your front part. Place the two parts of this front part or bodice, I would say for now, otherwise things would get very confusing. So the parts of your bodice should be placed right sides together. In my case, I do have a right side and a wrong side. The wrong side is where I have some black writing. Anyways, if you're lucky, you won't have right or wrong sides. Pin them like so, that is at the diagonals, at the sides and at the bottom, but not the full way because this is the part which won't be gathered. We are just going to straight stitch the pinned parts, and as I said in the beginning, there are no gathers at the side of this top, so it's just going to be plain there. And do not stitch along the side lines because we are going to flip this thing inside out. I realized this after I stitched one side, but my conscience saved me from stitching the other side, so I would still be able to flip it inside out. Now comes the most awaited part, the gathers. Just stitch a straight stitch. I tried increasing the thread tension from a 4 to a 7 and it made my life so much easier. I just pulled the end thread and spread out the gathers evenly. Do the same thing at the bottom. Be gentle, else you would rip out the thread, which I did by the way, and I had to seam rip everything and start again. It was low-key satisfying though. Once you have gathered enough, and you would know when you have gathered enough when the length of the fabric piece equals the length of your neck area or the length of your front underbust area. For me, it was 9 inches. Try placing it on your chest and see if you have enough coverage. Once that is done, you flip this thing inside out. Pull out the corner edges. They won't come out on their own, they need some assistance. Iron the piece for a better look, and now there are gathers. Now take the leggings or what's left of it and fold the leggings along the front crotch seam to make them look like a skirt. Now you have before you the back piece for the top and the bottom half or the front piece for the top. I took the gathered part and placed the two sleeves such that the diagonals of the sleeves and the gathered top match. Now take out the gathered part and with the sleeves in the same position, place what would be the back part of your top below the sleeves. So you know how it's gonna look like. We've just created our back part and the gathered part is going to be at the front. Place the gathered part over this. We are going to pin where the back part needs to be cut from the side. So now the length of the front part and the length of the back part is the same. I'm also going to pin the back part's diagonal line with the diagonal line of one side of the sleeve. This may be a bit hard to understand, but basically we are attaching the back sleeve with the back part along the diagonal line. Repeat this at the right side of the top. Now I'm going to cut the excess side part along the pins. Next step is stitching along the pinned diagonal part. Okay, now my back side of the top is looking good. I have flipped the whole top inside out and I've placed the front piece in the middle and pinned the front piece along the sides and at the diagonals. Everything is pinned right sides together. The right side of the front piece and the right side of the front sleeves are together. You are looking at the inside of the wrong part of my front gathered piece where there is some printed part. Stitch along the pinned lines. Now my sleeves weren't exactly staying put, they were sliding off the shoulder, and actually this top would look good as an off the shoulder top, but that wasn't the look I was going for. To overcome this issue, I sewed elastic over the edges. Basically, I left like 1/3 of an inch from the raw edge of the fabric, placed my elastic on it and stitched the elastic and the top by pulling the elastic as I sewed. Once the elastic is completely sewed all around, I folded the raw edge part in and stitched it again. This created small gathers and made the sleeves fit snugly and tightly over my shoulders. Okay, this is how the top looks as of now. I am a bit disappointed. Where are the gathers? I don't mean to sound like a spoiled brat, but I saw a dream where there were gathers. This still looks cute, but I want more. More gathers. The other milkmaids should be jealous of me. And what? Why is this thing like drooping down? You know what? I'm gonna redo this. I'm getting my gathers. On the other side, the neckline looks good. The sleeves and the back neckline does look nice. At least I got one thing right. So I'm gonna utilize the remaining t-shirt part to make the gathered front part. And this time there shall be gathers. I had to seam rip the front piece from my under constructed top. It was painful. There were holes in the fabric. I was poked several times. I felt like I was going backwards. I thought of giving up, but looking at how amazing this top looked on the Princess Polly model and thinking about how much money I could save if I DIY'd this gave me hope. It gets worse before it starts getting better, right? And finally, the poorly gathered front part was detached. I took my t-shirt, made optimum use of the fabric and cut it into this super wide piece of rectangle or weight. It's actually a trapezium or whatever this complex shape should be called. I stitched the long upper part of the trapezium / complex shape. Legend says it measured 18 inches, almost double the length of my actual neckline. And then I gathered and gathered and gathered. As official, guys, my favorite pastime during quarantine is creating gathers. I think you can sew an elastic along the top just like I did for the sleeves. I didn't opt for the elastic because I'm not very good at pulling the elastic while stitching, and although it doesn't show, but my neckline isn't equally gathered. By manually gathering, you have the freedom to adjust the gathers, which is very crucial in this top, especially in the center. Where there are gathers, there is more curvature, and we don't have much to fill up the curvature right in the center of the top, which is what created the droopiness in the middle. At least that's what I think. So I didn't create many gathers in the middle. Instead, I shifted them a little bit to the side. Then I stitched along the bottom. Now at the bottom, your gathers would start a little from the sides, 4 inches to be exact, for me. Because if you don't do that and just start gathering from the end, then there would be poofiness at the sides too. Unless that's what you want. Personally, I prefer the sides to be nice and plain and want all the action going on in the middle. So for some reason, this new gathered part is shorter in height than the previous one. It ended up working for me though. So now I seam ripped the 2 parts of my previously not so gathered part and placed this new gathered piece over one of that part. Then I cut the old part to become identical to the new part. I'm not creating gathers in the old one just because it would be a waste of energy. You won't be able to see the inner part anyways, and gathered or not gathered, it really doesn't matter. But if you're feeling it, I say go ahead, gather the inner one if you want to. Then I pinned the 2 pieces right sides together along the diagonals, upper and lower parts. That is everything except the sides, because guess what, we are going to flip it inside out, and I remember not to repeat my mistake again. Look at how many gathers there are. I feel so satisfied. It is gather worthy to meet the other guys now. Bring out the top and place this gathered part on it. We are going to pin it right sides together along the diagonal of the front sleeve. I am not pinning it at the sides right now because I would do it once I attach the bottom front part, and once the entire front piece is done, I would sew the front and back parts together. Then I stitched along the pins. After stitching along the pins, I took the rest of the leggings to create the bottom front part. I attached it to the gathered part. Then with the top flipped inside out, I pinned the front and back pieces together. I would cut that extra fabric at the sides later, don't worry. I just kept it in case the top becomes too tight and I have to redo it. But thankfully it didn't, and I just cut out the excess fabric. The top is looking great so far. Now all I have to do is cut at the bottom. This was a bodysuit originally, and you can turn this into a bodysuit if you want to. I'm okay with it being just a top. For the bottom, I'm gonna create a piece that goes around. I'm not just hemming the bottom because I think since the fabric is stretchy and just hemming it would make the top go up, you know what I mean? Like it needs a solid base to pull it down and keep it in place. To make this band of fabric that goes at the bottom, I seam ripped the waistband, as that is the only source of fabric I have left. I removed the elastic from the waistband, and look at the amount of thread in this thing, who would have thought? Anyways, I ironed the scrunched up fabric to make it look as plain as it can. Then I stitched at the sides to make it match my top length, and then with the bottom part as a guide, I cut a straight line along the top and turned it into a nice rectangular band. I placed the band right sides together on the bottom part of my top and pinned everything. I stitched it to attach the band to my top. Then I flipped the top inside out and folded the bottom part of the band so that it meets the top part of the band, and pinned it onto my top. Also, the sleeves were kinda big and I wanted them to be nice and plain, so I took the sleeves and I flipped them inside out, and with the right sides together, I pinned how much I wanted to take in. I stitched the sleeves and the bottom band part, and my top was ready. I'm in love with this top. I feel so accomplished. I'm speechless. Enjoy the footage. Bye.